It's week 6 of the 2026 season, and this one features the Saints' leader at quarterback. He's 5th in the NFL in passing yards entering this week. It's the Saints and the Falcons, and it's all up next.
First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth rears its head. But over the long term, both these organizations feel like they have an answer at the most critical position in all of sports.
Set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
Last week, when you go back and watch and study this tape, Mike, the problem is at the quarterback position, you need to be a difference maker. Last week, they were trying to overcome his poor performance, and you're just not going to be able to do that week in and week out at this level. Your quarterback has to be a driving force. He has to be a productive player within your system, and when you turn the ball over the way he did last week and not really lead to any points or any real sustained success on offense, that is a hard combination if you expect to win. So they're going to need more production, they're going to need more touchdowns, and they're going to need less turnovers. It's asking a lot. It's a big change from last week, but without it, I don't know if they can expect the results to ever change.
Penix now going to keep it on the zone read. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down. It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah in on the stop. Now Penix to throw on second down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll try to throw it with Penix. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on fourth down. But it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game.
So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
When you take a quick look at the box score, you'd think, okay, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They clearly won the game, but it wasn't the case. And what that tells me is they're just not getting enough contribution from the entire team. He had a really nice day. Some things that he still needs to clean up, but can they get better balance on the offensive side of the ball? And then, frankly, they need to make more plays on defense and get more contribution out of the special teams. This can't just be a team that puts all the...
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Quarterback's having a hard time establishing any sort of rhythm here early against this defense. He fails to connect on the first down pass. They give him another opportunity through the air on second, and it gets even worse. They can't protect the quarterback, and they can't get him some easy completions. It just makes everything for this play caller that much more difficult. And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On fourth down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. The Falcons offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Falcons send their punting unit out. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Saints offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He's been solid here in the early part of the season, up amongst the NFL's leaders in passing yardage. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On the carry, this is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Back to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Here's Corliss Waitman now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This is taken at the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. We'll go play action now with Penix. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On second down, it's a run with Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Third and long.
It's now third down and long.
Here's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. On comes the punter now. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Now fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down. Going to try to pick up the first down with his own read.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
He'll decide to keep this once more. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Really impressive job by the quarterback to stay in there. He knew that hit was coming in the pocket, but he held it just long enough to let his receiver win versus man coverage and deliver that ball on target. Any quarterback in the league, Mike, at this level can operate when things are clean. But when you have guys bearing down on you, can you hold it a little bit longer? Because if not, the timing of the play just doesn't work out.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Richie Grant, to the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Falcons. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick 6 to make it a 6-0 lead.
And, Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick 6.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Koo. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. Now return coming from the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. They'll run here with Gainwell. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Braylon Trice on the tackle. So after 1, 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen to Gainwell. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield. So it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense back onto the field for their next possession. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a first, and they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
On 2nd down, Penix. A throw on the move is caught.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. A gain there of 15. It's good for a Falcon first down. From the gun, here is Penix. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
Short throw taken by Pitts. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 9.
From the gun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Atlanta. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Saints offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Here's Gainwell. And a short pickup there to about the 36. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll look to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket. When the second he hits his back foot, the play's over.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Corliss Waitman now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The Falcons offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Now the lefty Penix on 1st down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. They'll throw. It's Penix. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. It's a give up the middle to Robinson.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Saints offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now Gainwell. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all. 3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the 1st down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up 1st down.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. A run with Gainwell. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd down, 3 to go. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. Here's the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to see what they can do. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Another run here for Robinson. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. On play action, Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Penix. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
2 first downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw again, it's Penix. That one is caught by Mooney. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. He fumbled the football. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, they come up with the turnover on defense. The quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense.
The Saints offense going to take over just before the half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Man is open, middle of the field. It is caught. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That was pretty clear. They find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your passing.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Throwing now on 3rd and long. This one complete right side. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Back to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not